already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Today's video is gonna be kind of more of a story rather than, you know, talking about NHL, because nothing's really happened that's that exciting, and nothing's really happened in the game that's too much exciting. So, you know what? It's story time. So, it started in November, at about November, I think it was 9th, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But I got tickets for the New Jersey Devils versus the Edmonton Oilers game in New Jersey at the Prudential Center. I was super excited to go. You know, we got a bus, which was rather uncomfortable, and the drive was rather uncomfortable the entire time. But you know what? I guess it was probably the easiest way, since I didn't really want to drive down there because screw traffic. Now we get down to New Jersey, and there's a long line, obviously. We get to the arena, you know, it's a long line. Everyone's everywhere, like it's before game time. And we get to the Martin Brodeur statue. You know, we're taking pictures, being the normal tourists that we are from New York, not from New Jersey. And we get to the front of the arena, and we're like, all right, we got about an hour and a half till game time. You know, what do we want to do? We're hearing, kind of overhearing, kind of eavesdropping at some other people that were talking about Dinosaur Barbecue. Now, if you don't know what Dinosaur Barbecue is, it's a very good barbecue spot that's, I think, has several different locations, but in this case, it was a block away from the arena, super in walking distance, you know, totally worth going there. So myself and my mother, who I went with, walked down to the Dinosaur Barbecue place, and, well, there was like a 45-minute wait, so we were just like, alright, that's kind of cutting it close. By the time we get in there, get our seats, or by the time we wait, get our seats, and then, you know, get in there and order something, and then leave, it's gonna be too late. So we walk back to the arena and do the normal touristy things, go into the gift shop or merchandise stand or whatever you want to call it. It was more of like a shop than a stand, but whatever. But we get in there, you know, we buy a t-shirt, you know, a puck. I think my mom bought it like a shot glass and a pin and I think something else. And, you know, it was just kind of a cool thing. And we walked out, we went through security, and, you know, I put on my shirt and I was just like, all right, now I'm a true Devils fan, like joking with everyone. Obviously, I'm not a Devils fan, in case you didn't notice. I'm just kind of more of a hockey fan. But anyway, so we get our shirts on. Well, I get my shirt on. And then we walk through security and we get up to our seats. As we're approaching the seats, my mom asked if I was hungry. And I was like, you know what? I could go for something. And, you know, it was a huge stand. I mean, like, huge. I mean, there was like 8 cash registers at one stand. Plus, like, a whole big, like, restaurant kitchen behind it. So we were like, you know what? Let's see what they have. So, you know, we're standing back, looking at the menu. You know, they got the normal chicken fingers, burgers, hot dogs, pretzels, all that stuff. And then my mom's like, oh, I'm probably going to get a chicken sandwich. So I was like, all right. You know, usually I'm a chicken tenders and fries type of guy. And, you know, that's what my go-to is at a hockey game. But you know what? I was like, let's change it up. I'm going to go for that chicken sandwich as well. So we ordered 2 of them. They were like $15 each. Now, when I had made the video before about prices being high, it wasn't that high. Like, holy cow. So we spent a lot of money on food, obviously, and there was so many like snacks. I was just like, oh my gosh, I want all of this. But obviously had to be smart a little bit, still dealing with some stomach issues like I was before. So I was like, you know what, can't do that. So during the pregame, during the game, it was a super close game, obviously, being a 2-2 game until the 3rd period. The 3rd period, I didn't really know what to do because it was just an absolutely intense, super close game. And, you know, I was just sitting there enjoying it as a hockey fan. Get to the 3rd intermission. Well, I should say the end of the 3rd period. Nobody scores. So it's still a 2-2 game, and I really have to pee. So I was just like, all right. I asked my mom because she went to the bathroom, I think, in the 2nd intermission. I was just like, all right, where's the guys' bathroom? Because it's probably close to the women's, which is usually how it works. She's like, all right, just go up, you know, take it right. It's like a section over it, and, you know, it should be beyond the women's room. So I was like, all right, you know, no big deal. And, you know, usually intermissions are like 5-6 minutes long. Nope. Intermission went super fast. And by the time I even found the guys' bathroom, now, usually when you find the women's restroom, the guys' bathroom is right next to it. Or, you know, within some kind of reasonable distance away. I went past not 1, not 2, but 3 women's restrooms before I got to the first guy's bathroom. What the heck is that? The Prudential Center? Huh? What's that? I went past 6 doors, which for whatever reason they have 2 entrances to each bathroom. Why, I will never know. But anyway, not the point. But I walked past, like I said, 6 doors worth of women's restroom, which was actually 3 different ones, if that makes sense. And then I find the guys one, which was like 8 sections away from where, you know, my seats were. So I was just like, alright, you know, I gotta rush through this so I can get back to the game. And I get back to the game, you know, I missed about a minute or 2 into overtime. So I was just like, alright, you know, this is where all the action's happening. So I'm pretty sure each team changed like once or twice by that point. You know, nothing really happened. So I was able to get back to my seats and about halfway through overtime. Now, halfway through overtime, I was just like, alright, something's going to happen. 2 guys in front of me were like, alright, watch McDavid. He's out there. He's going to do something. So I was just like, well, duh, like McDavid's super fast. So we get to McDavid, and he's on the ice. They circle back, and needless to say, he goes down and scores. So, obviously, the Edmonton fans went nuts. All the New Jersey fans started booing, blah, blah, blah. Nothing really happened until we started leaving our seats. Now, we left our seats, obviously with the super long lines, get out of the main concourse, and guess what happens? A lot of intoxicated people yelling at each other. So, we get up to about a section over to about the first women's restroom, and there was a guy like standing behind his wife, girlfriend, fiance, you know, whatever she was to him. And he was talking crap to some other guy. I don't know if it was to the employee working at the beer stand or if it was some other guy. Well, needless to say, he was super intoxicated, and he went over and just absolutely pushed the guy square into a door, and that was pretty much it for that one. But then we keep walking, and we get about 10 feet away from the escalator where there's, you know, hundreds of people standing there waiting. And another guy screams out, "Hey, your team sucks," or I don't know what exactly he said, but it's something to do with that effect. And then we get to the part where the guy that received the insult, I guess I'll call it, started running after the other guy. Well, his friends were following him, and he started running in my direction. So obviously, it wasn't me that screamed that. So I was walking with my mother, you know, obviously, you know, to leave. And then we get to the part where he starts coming at me, and I put my hands up, and I told my mom to get behind me. And I was just like, you know, you're not hurting her, so, like, I'm just going to kind of redirect you past us, and you can go deal with your crap somewhere else. So we get past that whole shenanigans, and we stay on the escalator, and then we go back on the most uncomfortable bus ride ever. I tried to sleep through most of it, and it was rainy and crappy and super terrible. So my experience at the Prudential Center was, let's just say, interesting nonetheless. And, you know, that's it for the story pretty much. So if you guys did enjoy, hit that like button down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. As always, guys, we'll see you next time.
Jumping off the porch like mom's not home. Just a couple